All right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to find out if I'm more of a Dutch mom or an American mom. A lot of people ask me if I have Dutch in me, which I feel like I get along and understand Dutch people more than I do American people. So we're going to find out. Maybe I do have a little Dutch in me. Maybe I don't. Charlie and I do parent a little bit different. So I'm just really curious to find out how they do it. So we're going to check that out right now. This video is by Yovi's Home, and I've done a video of hers before, and I really like her content. So guys, if you like the content, make sure you check her out. And this is called 6 Ways to Tell You're a Dutch Mom. Here we go.
Thursdays. Today, we are going to talk about 6 ways that you know that you're a Dutch mom and living in the Netherlands. So if that sounds good to you, why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. It's been forever. I'm really glad you're here. Okay, you guys, so I know that when I'm posting this video, it's past Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day on Sunday. Today is Monday that I'm filming, and you will see this on Tuesday. So I just want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope that you had a nice day, and yeah, let's get to it. Of course, the Dutch word of the day is going to be moeder, because that is how you say mother in Dutch.
Moeder.
Although I think most people call their moms mama here and not moeder. Like you wouldn't say like, moeder, can I have some milk? Like no. So mama, but moeder is the proper term. Okay, let's do this. So the number one way that you know that you are a mom raising your kids in the Netherlands has to do with when you give birth. When your children are born in the Netherlands and you receive visitors that will come and congratulate you, you know, that kind of thing at your home, you will most likely be serving beschouwd met muisjes. How did I say that? Did it sound good? Did it sound Dutch? That is a hard one for me, the beschouwd. There's a lot of consonants all in there. But it's basically like a dried rusk bread. Is that what it's called? Like basically like a piece of bread that's had all the moisture taken out, so it's kind of dry and crunchy, with like some butter, and then blue muisjes if you've had a boy, and pink muisjes if you've had a girl. And that is a very customary thing that you would serve. Muisjes are like, well, I'm sure that editor Dan has put some lovely images on the screen, but muisjes are basically sprinkles that are licorice flavors, so they are not my favorite in terms of taste. I really prefer the chocolate hagelslag type of sprinkles that you would just normally serve, but it's a special thing that you only really serve when your child is born. And I don't know of other countries that do that. So that is the number one way you know.
That's very interesting. I've never heard of that ever. So we don't do anything like that actually. At the hospital, we have the baby. Next day, we leave, and they give us a little cake that says boy or girl. And that's actually both of my experiences. 12 years apart with my children. So yeah, never. That's kind of cool though. I mean, wonder what started that. That's another video maybe.
No, you're a Dutch mom. Sticking with the birth theme, let's go to number 2. After your child is born in the Netherlands and you come home, you know that you're a Dutch mom because you will have kraamzorg. I've made 2 videos already about that. They will be linked somewhere here, also below. But kraamzorg is this incredible healthcare, a part of the Dutch healthcare system. whereby when you become a new mom, you give birth to your child, and then for between something like 5 to 9 days, depending on your need, you're gonna have like a birth care worker coming to your house and helping you out with so many things. So they will, if you're a first-time mom, they will teach you everything that you need to know, from changing diapers to how to give a bath to, taking care of the umbilical cord or feeding, breastfeeding, nursing, everything. They help you with all of that stuff. Then they also help you with things like they will do your laundry, they will clean your bathroom, they will clean your toilet. They will tell you to go and get some rest, and they will watch your new baby while you are able to sleep.
That sounds so strange to me. Um, so definitely not a Dutch mom. We all know that. Um, Never heard of that before either, and I don't know how comfortable I would actually be having somebody like in my bubble like that. Um, I don't know. What are your thoughts about that?
It is an unbelievable hallmark to me. Like when we talk about Dutch healthcare, the first thing that I think of is the Kramzorg feature, because that's really, really incredible. And I wish moms all over the world had access to something like that, because it really makes that transition from not being a mom into being a mom easier, more graceful, smoother, and just like, yeah, it's really, really special. But it also happens if, let's say, you've had a second, third, fourth, whatever number of children, you still get the Kramzorg. So they can help you figure out, not only taking care of the new baby, but how to, deal with like your other children or child plus the baby. They can give you some tips and advice on, what to do and how to deal with that. So it's a really special thing, and that is absolutely another way that you know that you're a Dutch mom, is if you've had the Kramzorg.
Again, no. And honestly, I thought our like labor hospital stuff was, I thought we had it good, because I've seen it to where some hospitals have like half the room we do, and they don't, like, a lot of disadvantages that we have and they don't, and it's like, then it gets better, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy.
Number 3, the third way that you know that you are a Dutch mama or a mom raising your children in the Netherlands is if you know what is a mamadag, and that's the best day of the week. Usually, mamadag is Wednesday, because Dutch schools, the children go to school only half of a day in the Netherlands on Wednesdays. So you go to school until 12, and then that's the end of the school day, and then you would go, to different clubs or sports, swimming lessons, whatever you're doing. That's how you fill up the afternoons. So most moms that do work part-time, they would take a Wednesday off as a mamadag or a ouderschapsverloofdag. If you don't know what that is, I have a video about it linked. I can never keep it straight where, but it's one of these corners, so just give it a watch. But yeah, so you're taking your day, and then you're gonna spend the day with your child, and it's really wonderful. So mamadag is one of the best days of the week, because you get to spend it with your child. Number 4.
I love that. That is, for a moment, I'm like, is this even true? Like, this does not sound true at all to me.
The number 4 way that you are for sure a Dutch mom is if you know, not just know, it's more than know. You are a pro at riding a bakfiets, okay? So in the Netherlands, Vinnie. So in the Netherlands, if you don't know, bicycles, I would say, are the number 1 mode of transportation here for everyone.
Oh,
And you ride a bike as a kid, you ride a bike as an adult, and then when you become a parent, you also ride a bike as a parent. And here it is not uncommon that you will have a child seat, kind of like what you would see in a car, right? Like a car seat, but special for your bike. You can have it in the front, in the back of your bike, so that's for 2 kids, and yeah, you have that. If you have
Wow.
more than 2 kids,
Wow.
then you get a bakfiets, which kind of looks like, I describe it as a wheelbarrow in front of your bike, and then the bike is behind. Wonderful editor Dan, I'm sure, has included a picture here. So yeah, so if you know how to ride one of these bikes and you pile all your kids in there and you just like go anywhere with them, I've seen, 4 or 5 more kids like in one of these buck pizzas, and a mom is just like not even breaking a sweat. Like she is like glam and looking gorgeous, like riding with her bike, like do with
Wow.
all her little gorgeous, adorable children. So Vinny, it's just the wind. It's a windy day. It's okay. So yeah, so she is gonna be a pro on a buck feet, and personally, as somebody who is a little bit envious of all of your guys' cycling skills, I look at those moms and I'm just like, I want to be you. So I have so much respect for you moms out there riding those buck feet. Goals. You are goals to me.
I don't know what I was thinking um, about being a Dutch mom, but I'm not.
Number 5. The fifth way that you know you are a Dutch mama is if you are lovingly and with all of your just like heart, you are preparing tractaties for your children's birthdays, whether it's in daycare or in school, but also like when they are turning 4 and they're leaving daycare, you also prepare a tractati. I really think that this is such a nice thing. That you're doing. So basically you're making like a little gift for all of the other children. It can be very small, like a little box of raisins that you decorate or something that you do, but it's just like you give a little gift to the other children to mark this occasion. And I just find that really special and sweet. If I may, and I hope that I'm not offending or upsetting anyone by saying this, I would really like to see less plastic in the tractatis. So the most common things that we receive are things like balloons and bubbles and just like random little plastic cheapy toys that are then put into a plastic bag, which I appreciate the effort that you would have gone through to make that and think it through and all of that stuff. But for the sake of our children and the planet, I would rather not have those things, and maybe just get something like a little box of raisins, or maybe you've made something and then the kids ate that at school or in daycare or whatever, and then it's less waste. Just for the sake of all of our children, we have to leave this planet to them. But I really do appreciate the creativity and ingenuity of moms that are spending so much time in creating these things to make their kids' day special.
That's awesome. That's
And
really awesome.
number 6, the last but certainly not the least, is all the names of all the kids in your neighborhood. One thing here is that Dutch kids are really playing outside a lot on the street. You let them, not on the street, don't, in your neighborhood, in the neighborhood. They're playing in the neighborhood. And they're all playing together, all the neighborhood kids. They're on their bikes, they're out, they're doing stuff. You kind of let them go in the morning, and then they might come back when they're hungry, and then they go out again, and then they come back for sleeping. But you, as a Dutch mom, you're not only gonna know your children, but you're gonna know all the neighborhood children. You're gonna know their names, they're gonna know you. It's like very much of a community feeling in terms of raising kids. So I think that that's really cool. And I like to know all the little kids that are around. And my children, I still feel like they're a little bit too young to go outside on their own, but I do appreciate the fact that like I know the other children in the neighborhood and their parents and stuff. So that's a really cool thing.
I really like that. I could relate to like knowing all of my kids' friends and like them running around and stuff. The funny, not so funny thing is that our kids do a lot of them on the side streets, play in the streets. I know from personal experience. It's the place I used to live. Uh, Riding their bike on the sidewalk was much more dangerous than just going on the road and riding it. So I could definitely relate to that. And yeah, so our kids do play in the road, but you don't let them out by themselves until they're a little bit older than you guys. But you Dutchies, you just know what's going on.
I have I have a serious question for you Dutch moms before we finish this video, and I hope that you can help me out. And one of the things that I know is we Dutch kids are consistently ranked as the happiest children in the world for a multitude of reasons. We're not going to get into that in the video, but it definitely has to do a lot with your parenting style. One thing that I have not yet really been able to understand, and I want to, is how do you discipline your kids? How do Dutch people discipline their children?
I literally was thinking the same thing. That's what I thought this video was about at the beginning. Because I know there's a lot of controversy. Do you spank your kids? Do you not spank your kids? Do you give your kids time out? How long do you do it? What's the punishment and for how long? And like you have all these questions. Like that's what I want to know. So if you guys know those answers, if you're a mom, Dutch mom, please put it in the comments down below. I would love to have a conversation about that. But continue.
From little kids to teenagers, I'm really, really curious because that is something that I struggle with sometimes myself. Where I was born and not how I was raised, but where I was born, it was normal to get spanked. If you don't listen to your parents, you might get a little on your bottom. But I'm not sure, is that something that's done here? How do you talk to your children, especially when they're 3, 4, 5, 6 years old and they're still little? Help me out, you know? When they're having a total like meltdown temper tantrum, what are you doing? How do you correct this behavior? How are you parenting and disciplining in such a way that you are still raising the happiest children on earth? So that is my question to you.
And that's also my question to you. Comment down below if you guys, if you're a Dutch mom. And I want to know, like, I know Charlie and I, we do parent a little bit different. So how does the father come into the picture of all of that too? Um, yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And have a really good day. Bye, guys.